What's up, everybody? I'm Wade, Mulehorn117, Mulehorn Gaming, and I have my bro here, Rick, who is the U.S. Community Manager for a new game coming out by Warhorse Studio. Is that correct?
Warhorse Studios, baby. Kingdom Come Deliverance. We are 1 month away.
Oh my gosh, 1 month away. 1 month away.
Exactly.
So, bro, tell me about this game. It's an RPG, kind of open world. So give me the deets of kind of where it's set, kind of what we can expect in this game.
Yeah, so okay, our game is based on actual history, and so it takes place in medieval Bohemia in 1403. It's open world, first person, as you're saying, RPG, and it's crazy because history will actually repeat itself in the game.
Oh wow!
And so you got a civil war going on per se. You got the king of Hungary, who's Sigismund. They call him the Red Fox. So he takes advantage of his half brother, who's actually the king of Bohemia, which is your homeland, and he abducts him.
Wow.
Because who's the king, his name is Wenceslas IV. So his father before him was a man of high reputation, everyone respected him, but King Wenceslas they called him the idle king because he was so lazy and he just didn't care that he didn't even show up to his own coronation.
Wow.
So the Pope's ready to crown him, which, by the way, that's where the Holy Roman Empire was going on. Most people don't realize that Bohemia, which is the modern-day Czech Republic, that's where it was going on in the world, which shaped a lot of the things that were to come in the future. A lot of religious wars, things like that going on. But we focus on the game of the Civil War that takes place. And, I mean, even your town, Silver Scalus, it actually in history happened where your town was raided. But being that you play Henry, he's a fictional character, but his hometown gets raided, your family gets slaughtered, and your parents get murdered right in front of you. So you're on a quest for vengeance because you want to find out what the heck's going on. You want to try and restore balance, and you're pissed. So you're on a quest for vengeance.
Wow, that sounds pretty awesome. So tell me a little bit about the decision making, the RPG elements in the actual game. What can gamers who are used to games that are open world, kind of like a Witcher or something like that, with the choices that you can make. Tell us a little bit about that and kind of how it affects the game.
Okay, so what's really interesting is our game actually has one ending. But what's crazy is it's up to you how you get there. There's even over 4 hours of cutscenes in our game. And some of those only unlock based on the choices you make.
Wow.
So you may be like, dude, Rick, I just totally had this big scale or this skirmish, whatever, and I'm like, dude, that didn't happen because I actually talked my way out of it. I calmed the guy down or I intimidated him. So to give you an example, there's even quests where there's a guy and he owes you some goods, right? And he actually won't give them to you. So you try and fight with him and he kicks the crap out of you. And then you can't get the stuff. But then you can we always try and give you away if you mess up. So if you find some guys in the town that maybe need a favor and you're like, hey, I'll help you out, but you're going to need to help me take care of this other dude. Yeah. So again, those things don't happen if you succeed in the first time or whatever. But I could say there's some quests where there's 3 to 5 different options to where you can solve it. So there's going to be a lot of different ways you can go, or you can kill NPCs and ruin some quests. You'll have some fun, believe me.
That's awesome, man. I can't wait to get into it. So combat, it's very realistic. I've seen some of your videos on YouTube about how you guys did all the combat. So can you tell us a little bit about the actual combat?
Yeah, absolutely. So we actually based it off of HEMA, which is historical European martial arts, and we actually hired professional swordsmen and fencers. Wow. Yeah, to actually they in our mocap studio they showed the actual animations of how you fought. So we tried to come up with a balance of our combat because it's really very realistic. I mean, we even give you a star and there's 6 different ways you can attack, but it's not it depends upon also the armor that your opponent is wearing. So we use a physical collision system. So we calculate how much damage you do based on what weapon you use and what armor they're wearing. So let's say you have even a boss battle, right? This is, again, there's no magic, there's no dragons, which we're Dungeons and no Dragons kind of thing, right? But you'll actually have a boss that's maybe really skilled, so he's going to be really tough to kill. But then again, if he doesn't have a helmet and you strike him in the head once or twice, he's dead. He's done.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. So yeah, the combat is, and what I love, is when you get even towards the end of the game, the farmer, it didn't know how to fight. who could kill you in the beginning because maybe you weren't really that experienced, can still kill you towards the end because based on, again, what you're wearing, how hard he hits you or how hard you hit him, you can screw up and you can die.
That's pretty awesome. That sounds really realistic and really fun, so I can't wait to try that out. So tell us a little bit about the actual studio and kind of like the brainchild of what came about, of how they developed the game and whatnot. What was their kind of the things that inspired them?
Sure. So as they say with Czech history, all good ideas start in a pub. So Dan Varvra and Martin Klima, Dan Varvra is our creative director. And he is the creative director behind Mafia 1 and Mafia 2. So, yeah, when you talk about our game being, because it's very story-driven, towards the Mafias, the early ones. And that studio was in Prague at the time. Yeah. So what happened is after the Mafia and the studio went to the U.S., he wanted it to make something else. And so him and Martin Klima actually wrote the script for the RPG Dragon's Lair. Oh, okay. He wrote the story. So, and by the way, on a side note, if I were to compare like what our game is equivalent to, it would be a mix of Mafia 1 and 2 and Operation Flashpoint. Because we have other developers in our studio that actually worked on Operation Flashpoint. So you get the realism in the story. Yeah. So, okay, we talk about the realism in the game. And it's a very hard thing initially to sell. We couldn't find any investors that believed in what we were doing. We found one. So we had the prototype before 2014, but it was a prototype. We found an investor and he said, hey, listen, if you're going to do this, we need to prove it. We need to see that this can happen. So we went to do a Kickstarter, right? And in 2014, our goal for the Kickstarter was 300,000 euros. Well, we did over 1,100,000 euros.
Wow.
Yes, that was worth taking the mic to say wow. Wow. Yeah. So we were ecstatic because here's the thing. No one has ever made a game on Czech history. Yeah. And being that our studio is in the Czech Republic, yeah. And being that, because Dan always wanted to make something based on his own heritage, you know what I mean? There's paying homage. So just a very big challenge, and even the challenges of, we use even the Cry engine in our game. Everything we've done, and the Cry engine is great, but I'm just saying everything we've done in the game, I know a lot of developers probably say unique, different, but we really had to prove it. But with everything that we do, with the Cry engine, with the history, we still make it a very fun video game, and our backers saw that. That's why our Kickstarter was the third most successful in 2014.
That's fantastic.
Out of any Kickstarter. Yeah. And here we are.
That's a great story. Oh, I love it. I know I've already pre-ordered mine, so tell me, Rick, where can everybody pre-order and get the game? Where can they play?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can pre-order it right now on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. And it's also going to be enhanced on the One X and the PS4 Pro. Wow. And when you pre-order, you also do get, it's called Treasures of the Map Quest, where you get unique armor. Oh, okay. And you also will get like more, because you can explore and find little treasure chests, and then you can, with different locations. So it'll be cool. It'll be a lot of fun. And if, when I think of like exploring treasure chests, you think of like Zelda and things like that. You have a little bit of those kind of elements. And the pre-order, and you get the little bonuses. So I think it'll be good. It'll be fun. Awesome, man. Well, I know I am super stoked for this. Rick, bro, thanks so much for taking the time, man. Go check it out. Kingdom Come Deliverance, coming out next month. It's going to be awesome, guys. If you like RPGs, trust me, this is going to be a great game. Anyways, this is Mulehorn117 signing out from mulehorngaming.com. And remember, guys, when in doubt, blow it up.